Why MBAs are not getting job in India? Well, that's the topic I'm going to talk to you today. Guys, my name is Arun Tukral. I'm a life and a leadership coach. And today I want to talk to you about why MBAs are not getting job in India. But let me first rephrase this entire statement, and I would like to put it something like this, that why MBAs are getting lesser and lesser salary as compared to people who are plain graduates or even just postgraduates. Now imagine you are getting a salary range between 10,000, 15,000 or 20,000 or 25,000 at the max. In spite that you have spent a huge amount of money in doing your MBA that can range anything between 6 lakhs to 9 lakh rupees, including your stay and other expenses on the project. So in spite of spending so much of money, why you are not getting the desired job which can give you at least 6 to 8 figures salary that you should begin with? I'm sure you would be thinking about that. Had you been in the top 10 or top 20 B schools of India, this dream would have been fulfilled. But let me clarify this point to you. Even if you are in those colleges, but if you are not capable or you are not able to exhibit your capabilities, even there getting a job becomes a big struggle. You may blame the education system, you may blame your teachers, you may blame the curriculum, but eventually, to my mind, it all boils down to you and your strategy to get a right job, to get a suitable job, so that your dream of doing an MBA and getting a good job lies in your own hand. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you that number one, why MBAs are not getting jobs in India, or they are getting less salaries in India, and number two, what all you can do about it. But before we go there, I want you to like my channel, subscribe my channel, and share the content with others so that this can reach to a large audience. So let's address the first question. Why MBAs are not getting job in India? To answer this, first let's understand why people do MBA. I'm sure you would have seen the movie Three Idiots. It's a very popular Bollywood movie. And I'm sure you would remember two important characters in that. One is Farhan and the other one was Raju. Farhan was very passionate wildlife photographer, but his father wanted him to do engineering, and that's why he had no choice, but he moved into the engineering college. The other guy, Raju, he was coming from a poor family, and his main motive was that how he can earn more salary, more money, so that he can feed his family, and that's why he chose engineering. Look at the purpose of both these individuals doing engineering. However, their goals were altogether different. And no wonders we saw them how they transformed their careers in the movie. But coming back to our example, and let's come to our real life. What happens in this competitive world, particularly when it comes to education? Our parents, our families put a lot of pressure on us, telling us a typical dialogue, Sharma ji ka beta, Sharma ji ki ladki. See how they are progressing. And they always have an ideal person in front of them who have done an MBA and who is prospering in his or her life. And that becomes the epitome of example in our families that you also need to be like them. And to do so, the first and foremost thing that you have to do is to do an MBA. So when the logic of doing an MBA is a compulsive one where you are not fulfilling your dream, there is no wonder that the success of the MBA and the kind of job that you are looking at and the salaries that you are looking at is not going to be of your choice. Let me get some more examples. In my own organization, in my own experiences, when I have interacted with young boys and girls and I have asked them that why have you chosen to do an MBA? Why do you want to spend so much of money? And the simplest answer that I've got, the girls generally have said that when I'm going to get married, my CV will reflect that I have done an MBA, which is a high point in their career. While the boys also mention the same thing, that when they go for marriage, it looks like a star on their education side that can give them the brightest chance of getting the right girl if they are MBA. Now, if these are the motives of majority of the people. And not only these motive of marriage alone, it can also be that when your CV goes to organization and they see that you have done an MBA, it has a scoring point over people who are plain graduate. But look at the objectives, that if these are some of the basic objectives that you have, do you think that you will be getting your desired job or desired salary in the job that you are applying for? I think maybe not. And that is one of the prime reasons that a lot of people struggle even after doing their MBA and they do not get the desired job. We will know more about what are the challenges that MBA students face when they go for the campus interviews, and even beyond when they get experience and they're not able to utilize their MBA degree to their fullest potential and fullest need. So taking our discussion forward, that why MBAs are not getting jobs in India, first let me give you a real-time example. A couple of years back, I along with my team, we went for campus interviews around India at various places in various B schools that we have chosen, and we wanted to hire at least 15 to 20 young fresher students from MBA colleges. And we followed all the required norms that was needed: prior information, job description, timing, company brief that was required to be given to the college as well as to the students. All things were done as per the plan. And when we interviewed people, at least 30 to 40 students would have applied for that job. And you won't believe, at least in 80% of the colleges, we came empty-handed. And do you know why? For a simple reason. When we ask people that why you have applied for this job or what exactly is your career ambition, there was a great mismatch. Number one, that their answers were very mugged up. They were not very sure about that, whether they are really serious about their careers in the same segment that they have applied for the job. In some cases, even the students have accepted just because they had the compulsion to apply for the companies who have entered into the system. That's why they have applied for the job. Not only this, when I particularly interview people, I ask them, if you have done an MBA, tell me what is your favorite subject. And then I further delve into, tell me something about the project that you have done and how that subject was of use to you. And a lot of students were not able to correlate anything about it. Now imagine, if you are not too sure about your career ambition, if you are not very clear about that, how that MBA degree is helping your professional growth, then how you believe and how do you expect that you will be able to get the desired salaries or the desired jobs that you want after doing an MBA? So I'm sure by now you would have got a fair idea about that why MBAs are not getting the desired jobs or at least the desired salaries in progressing in their career. Now we will talk about that. What are the loopholes that a lot of MBAs have and what all you can do about it. Now let's talk something more about that why MBAs are not getting jobs in India. The number one reason could be that they want very high salary package. A lot of people who have done their MBAs, as I have mentioned earlier, could be because of family pressures, because they have seen somebody prospering very high in their career and making good amount of money. But let me tell you, not everyone reaches that stage. Not everyone fits to that area, while only few of the people are able to do it. For a simple reason, because there has been a tremendous supply of MBAs, people or students who are passing out every year, and there has been a tremendous pressure on the companies to fulfill the expectation of people who are coming out from the B schools. And because of which, you would find that the salary packages which are offered to people who are passing out are not in reality, in 100% terms, the number that they are talking. So for example, if suppose somebody is offered a 30 lakh package, it is not necessary that the monthly salary will be equated based on the 30 lakh value. You will find in reality it would be only 8 or 10 lakhs, whereas the rest of the money is given in the form of variables, bonus, or in terms of stock options, which means you have to slog hard and perform better. Only then you will be eligible to get that money. Number two reason is you want to be in the decision-making roles. While I'm sure you will agree that Once you pass out from your MBA, the first role that you get is a management trainee, wherein you get to work at different levels in the organization as the role is defined. And you can only go up to the next level of management cadre, where either you would be taking some strategic decisions or leading a team of people only if you are capable. And that's where a lot of MBAs struggle. However, there has been a good education, skill sets that are being honed during your MBA degree. But if you are not able to exhibit those areas during your internship period, during your management training period, you would not be offered things on the platter. And at that time, when your expectations don't match with what is happening in reality, you tend to either miss out on the opportunity of growth, or you want to move out from that company and look out for another job. And that's where they struggle a lot. Well, the third reason could be the demand and supply of MBAs. As I've already mentioned that in India, there are more than 5,500 B schools, and every college is producing hundreds of MBAs every year to the corporate world. Now, when the quantity is so high, when the supply is so high, it is very difficult to differentiate that who is better than the other one. And it becomes even a more competitive world. And that's where we see that a lot of students struggle to get the right job. So what's the way out? The way out is that you have to really look into your specialization, whether it is finance, whether it is HR or marketing or sales, and you really need to dwell more into skill development through various skill courses, various coaches who can help you to become ready as a finishing school so that corporates can absorb you. The next reason could be relevance of education. Let's say that you have done a great job in clearing all your exams and you have scored very well in all the curriculum in your MBA tenure for 2 years, and you have been really liked and appreciated by all your mentors and your professors. But when it comes to the real world, when you go to the corporate for the job interview, they are really looking at people who are highly effective. Maybe your education marks are great, but are you the one who can give the solutions to their questions or the problems that they are facing? If you are not able to be more practical in giving those solutions, you may not be the right choice. And that's why effectiveness scores over efficiency. So how you can be more effective, how you can be more practical, how you can become more realistic in your approach and your education, if it can help you to solve those problems, solve those concerns, you would be the right choice candidates and the jobs would be on their side. And I've already mentioned in my previous examples that when I go for the interview, I ask a similar situational questions with respect to the internship project that you have done and the subjects that you have written. If both you can match and give me a practical solution, I'm sure there are very high chances that you will get a job. And the fifth and the final reason I believe is the B schools themselves. If you go to any B schools, the first thing that they will take you in their corridor is to show that how many companies have come to their corridor and how many more students have been placed in those organizations. Eventually, for every B school, the race has become that how many people they are able to place in the organization rather than working on the quality of education. And that is where a lot of B schools have missed out on creating those curriculums which can make students understand that what are the practical aspects, what are the important things that are relevant from the corporate world. While the focus is more towards how they can show that they have enhanced their placements in the entire scheme of things that they are offering to students who are coming on their side. Well, only those colleges where quality education and the practical aspects are shown and shared, they are the one from where the students are also preferred on a very high quantity. And no wonder the top 10 or 20 B schools focus a lot towards the quality of the students that they produce rather than the number of placements that they provide. And because of which, a lot of corporate want to go in those colleges again and again because of the quality of education. Well, I'm sure I have shared some of the very important facts and factors that led to a decline in the number of jobs for MBAs or the salaries that you are going to get even after doing an MBA. So the question is that what to do? In my opinion, the very simplest answer is whether you are into a 100th of the ranking of the B school or you are in the top 10 B schools, the onus lies at you. That how do you prepare yourself, how do you get ready yourself for the jobs that you are really looking forward to. And to do that, first and the foremost thing that you need to work out on yourself is find out, first of all, what is your motive, what is your purpose that you want to do an MBA. Once your purpose is clear, that yes, an MBA can help me to get a better job and can help you to move into the management roles, I'm sure your quality of education will not be just dependent on the curriculum of the college, but you would go all around to get more knowledge insights so that you become a full-round personality. And once you become a full-rounded personality, whatever interview, whichever corporate you go, at whatever level you go, you would be a preferred candidate over those candidates who are more theoretical or who lack knowledge or who are out of their purpose in their life. I'm sure you would have got some insights out of this small talk that I have shared. And if you have really liked it, do share your comments below so that I can share more content and create more quality content for you. Stay tuned and thanks for watching me.